For those who are listening who haven't experienced widowhood firsthand, how can they proactively plan to make things easier for their spouse should they pass away first?
Gosh, I was just speaking yesterday and I got this question at both events. Help folks get ready for loss. Gosh, I wish we did. We're talking about it because it's so important to prepare to make things easier for a surviving spouse. Starting with some sort of a master document, right? What are the accounts that we have? What are the passwords? Who are the key contacts? Who do I need to call when I need help? And there's so much more to that, but making your spouse, aware, where is this list? I actually wrote a book in 2020 called The Legacy Planning and Conversation Guide, just for this reason, to provide a tool, a guide that couples and individuals can use to prepare for end of life. And, in my opinion, it's the most loving gift that you can provide before or after heaven.
Yeah.
So that and life insurance. Life insurance cures a lot of ills. If there's one thing I wish people would do is when they're healthy, buy a small term policy. It makes such a difference in that transitional period for the spouse. So those are the two things. Prepare, have these conversations, these important conversations before. Of course, before, right? Nobody knows when their last days here on earth are. And so before, as I say, as early as possible, have these conversations. You can always update the document, but have the conversations, get on the same page and keep a record and then revisit it and have regular financial conversations, maybe once a year. Talk about the values, talk about your funeral wishes, talk about the children and what you would want. Talk about your professional network. So 80% of men die married. So the burden often, falls on
women.
On the women. 80% of women die single. So it's very likely that the female spouse is going to outlive the male spouse. So it's important that both spouses prepare for this eventuality. And one thing that, as a practicing financial advisor, I insisted that both husband and wife would have meetings with me so that
love that. Yeah.
They're both informed about what they had going on. And I always highly recommended they do that with their estate planning attorney and their CPA and so forth, because one of these days that's going to become really important that we did it that way. So I think planning practically now is one of the most loving things that you can do.
Agree, Chris. Great tips there.